Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Hello and welcome once again to my English online class. Hope you are doing well by the grace of Almighty. Today, at the beginning of my speech, I would like to pay an enormous compliment to our reputed principal, Professor Muhammad Ataullah Khan Chaudhary. On account of his dictation, I'm going to have an English online class with you. Now, let's go back to our selected topic, that is completing sentence. Today, I'm going to talk about completing sentence from English second paper. As you are very familiar with this grammar, you have been practicing this grammar from school life. This is because I would like to give you some important tips of writing completing sentence. And also, I'm going to tell you about the question patterns of completing sentence. What way you can write down. Those instructions will help you to get your expected marks from this grammar. As you know, the 10 incomplete sentences will be given in this grammar. So, about 4 or 5 sentences you have to complete with the meaning and rules of completing sentence, like though, although, if, unless, no sooner had, hardly had, scarcely had, etc. And 2 or 3 sentences you have to complete only with the meaning of the first clause. And 1 proverb you may get, like time and tide, wait for none, all well that's in soil. So, if I talk about this, how to do well in this grammar, definitely you have to focus on the rules of completing sentence and you have to understand the meaning of the sentences. So, with a view to making you understand perfectly, I've selected 3 conditional sentences. Now, let's get started from the first one. Look, I have written here the first conditional. This when the clause begins with if and express the condition, that is conditional sentence. So, in terms of writing first conditional, look, when you find any clause beginning if, then subject, main verb plus extension. So, the second clause, in terms of writing second clause, the structure will be subject plus shall will plus main verb plus extension. That means, look here, this one given is present indefinite tense. So, when you write down this second clause, that will be future indefinite tense. That means, when the clause begins with if and the tense is present indefinite, the second clause will be future indefinite. So, we have to know what is the structure of present indefinite and what is the structure of future indefinite. We know the structure of present indefinite is subject plus main verb plus extension, and future indefinite subject plus shall will plus main verb plus extension. So, look here, I have written a couple of examples. The first one, industry is the key to success. If you work hard, you will shine in life. That means here, look, here first if, then you find the subject, then verb 1, main verb, or here extension. So when you find any clause begins if, and then you find present indefinite tense, the second clause will be future indefinite tense. So here look, but you have to be careful about the meaning of the sentence. If you work hard, if you do, that means showing the condition. If you work hard, you will shine in life. Or you can write down, you will prosper in life, or you will succeed in life. So here now, the second example. The farmers of our country are very poor, but they can work hard. If the banks give them loan on easy term, they will cultivate their lands properly. Look here. Here start here the subject here, subject, then verb is verb 1. As the subject is third person singular, so at the end of the verb here you have seen here, look, at the end of the verb you find s. So when the subject will be third person singular, at the end of the verb we have to add s or es. So look, and here the extension, okay, extension. So subject plus main verb plus extension. So the second clause will be future indefinite tense. So look here, if the banks give them loan on easy term, what they will do? They will cultivate their lands properly. This one is subject plus, look here, shall will, then main verb is verb 1 plus extension. So hope you understand well. Now it's second conditional. So conditional here, it's also begin with if, then subject, then verb 2 plus extension. So in that case, we have understood that it's past indefinite tense. When the clause begins with if and you find past indefinite tense, Look here, the structure of past indefinite, subject plus verb to, I mean verb past form. Okay, so you find here subject plus verb to plus extension. So the second clause will be subject plus would, could, might plus main verb plus extension. So here you may have question, should we use would or could or might? Anyone you can select, but you better if you select would for every sentence in terms of past indefinite tense. So subject would, could, might plus main verb. So here given two examples. The first one, the film ended fantastically. If you watched the film, that means you didn't watch. If you watched, what would be happen? If you watched the film, you would realize it's entertainment. If you watched, that means you didn't watch the film and you didn't realize it's entertainment. Look, here is subject, right? Subject. Then is verb to, and this one is extension. So here the second clause will be subject plus here you find here would, then verb 1 is realize is the verb 1, then extension. So another example given, I feel very bad headache. If I saw him, that means I didn't see him. If I saw him, I would tell about the matter. If I saw him, I would tell about the matter. So it's very clear to us that when any clause begins with if and we find past indefinite tense, the second clause will be subject plus would, could, might, then you can use main verb, then extension. So you have to remember, you have to bear in mind that will be very relevant information. Okay, so now let's go back to our third conditional. Keep on watching. Dear students, look here I have written third conditional sentence. Look, third conditional, when the clause begins with if and then you find subject had verb 3, that means past participle form, then extension. That means the sentence, this one is past perfect tense. So when you find the clause begins with if, then subject had verb 3 plus extension, the second clause will be subject would have, could have, might have plus verb 3 plus extension. So in respect of third conditional, when you write the second clause, the principal clause, you have to follow these rules. Subject would have, could have, might have plus verb 3 plus extension. Let's have a look couple of examples here. So the first example, education is the backbone of a nation. If we had educated our people, look here it started a subject, it's auxiliary verb, okay, then it's verb 3 and this one is extension. So it's the clause begins with if, right? Then subject had verb 3, then extension. So the second clause will be look here, subject here, our country subject here, subject, then would have, look here, would have, we have selected here from this would have, then a verb 3. So you know be is a main verb, be is verb 1, so it's second form been, and verb 3 been. Been is also verb 3. So we would have been, our country would have been developed. Education is the backbone of a nation. If we had educated our people, our country would have been developed. Now second example, she has got GPA 4.50. If she had studied more seriously, so that means if she had more seriously, she didn't study before seriously. If she had studied more seriously, what she would have done? She would have, look, she would have got or she would have achieved. Look here, it would have, here subject, then would have. You find here would have, and verb 3 here, got. Get, got. We know that get is the verb 1 and get, got. Got is verb 3. Then she would have got GPA 5 in the exam. That means if she had studied more seriously, she would have got GPA 5 in the exam. So dear students, hope you have well understood my brief discussion. That's all for today. See you next class with another video. আল্লাহ হাফেজ।